What's happening, y'all? Well, I don't know if I should share this with you, but being that I'm here, I might as well talk to you. And share with you my new job. Well, it's not really a new job. I've been doing it for, I don't know, 15 years? 16? What year did I start doing this? About 15 or 16 years ago, I started scrapping. Now, all I'm going to say is, don't judge me. Yeah, not like any of you would anyway. You're all good. I'm a stripper right now. Wire stripper. I went and got a hold of a bunch of Christmas wiring, right? Christmas lights. Well, being that it's less than pleasant outside right now, high winds has been for 2.5 days, 2.25 days. Not exactly fun getting out, if you know what I mean. So, I've got me some indoor work. Future me already know what I'm gonna title this video as, but right now I don't. I have an idea what I want to title it as, but come on. Got a bunch of stuff at the thrift store earlier. Sometimes I buy my scrap to flip it, and usually when I do, I get a few extras because I'm in the antique store. Well, not now as you can see, but I've got a couple of spaces there where I sell stuff. So to offset the purchase of electronics, wiring, whatnot, I buy a few other things so I sell in the antique store, make good money on, and it helps with rent, helps with paying bills, helps put food on the table, helps to pay the insurance on the vehicle, what have you. And if you're like the rest of us, you need an extra little bit of money where you can. Sadly enough, I don't really need money. Last couple of times I had spare money. There's an individual I've known for, what was it, about a year and a half now. I feel for him. He's homeless. Doesn't walk the best. He's a little older than I am, but his health isn't exactly the best, if you know what I mean. So when I have extra added money, I'll just give it to him, help him out. The other day, I had like $9 or $10. I was at the Moorhead Center Mall doing a few things at the antique store. Oh, I'm tired. So I went, thought, well, I'm going to go use a bathroom. Well, saw him up by they got a few vending machines. Then not the main vending machines where you got the pop. And then candy bars, whatnot. There's some that are closer to the bathroom where you put a quarter in the. It's the ones you'd see like for gumballs. But these ones here will have Skittles, M&Ms, the little Reese's Pieces, the little candies, it's the Reese's Pieces, but it's they're about the size of Skittles or M&Ms. Those kind of Reese's, what do you call them? They're little pieces, Saw them up there doing a few things, so when I went to go use a bathroom, hey, dude, I got something for you. Gave him a few bucks, help him out in the day, whatnot. Granted, it's not a lot, but I'm like, every bit helps. But what I do, I get wiring. This Christmas wire, right? Christmas lights. I sit there and break it down, and once my bills are paid, once our bills are paid, mom, brother, and I split rent 3 ways. As of late, brother's been the type where he'll just, don't worry, I got the electric bill taken care of. But then, what was it now? That thought just went right out the window, yo. I had something I wanted to tell you. Forget about it. Another cord I'm gonna strip down. Anyway, I always tell people, being that I'm not hurting for money, I help others where I can. I personally like helping those that are less fortunate. It's my little gig. This wiring here, when I get done with clipping the bulbs off, where did that go? I'll find it later. It's my handy dandy wire stripper from Harbor Freight. I've got another one that I got offline off of eBay. That's the name of it is Coppermine. It's another little handheld unit. That one there I don't mind, but when it comes to stripping Christmas wire, I don't like messing with it. It doesn't do it. It doesn't do the job I like it to do. I don't know. It's just I like the Coppermine machine, but if I'm gonna strip this stuff down more efficiently, they've got ones where the blade looks like a wheel. It's probably about that big, roughly, if that, about that big, or maybe a little smaller, probably about like that. And the blade goes all the way around, and it just cuts it. You strip the copper out, you're done. But that there is something you can do, I think, by hand, or put a drill, take your drill and get a bit put in there, put it on the side, and then do it that way. You know what I'm saying, Vern? Ernest. See, is it Ernest T or Ernest P. Worrell? Anyway, got the Ernest goes to camp, Ernest goes to jail, Ernest does whatever else. Anyway, you know what I'm saying, Vern? What I'll do a lot of times is take the wire when I get enough of the Christmas lights. I've got enough here to be working on it while it's cold out. It's cold, but high winds more than anything. And what I'll do is I'll sit and take the sockets here off. Take every single one of them off all the wiring I got. And I treat it like an assembly line, so to speak. Where I'll take... Oh, never mind. I'll take and strip it all down, or I'll strip the bulbs and that off. And once I get a nice little stack, if I get bored of doing that, then I take the wire. I take the trusty wire stripper. Then I'll start stripping the insulate off. And then I'll take the copper, put that aside, throw the rest away. And then when I get bored of that, I'll go on to something else. Keeps me busy. Keeps the lights on, so to speak. Keeps food on the table, gas in the vehicle. I don't do stuff. I don't want to do stuff to try to get rich. I always tell people that when I do stuff, I want to do it to live comfortably. I want the bills paid. I want food on the table. If I want to, let's just say, do a trip on a tank full, I can. Like, I want to go to Fergus, Minnesota, which is on the other side of Fergus Falls, Minnesota. That's the video when you saw the big turkey. I labeled the video, Let's Talk Turkey and Frazee, right? I think I said Fergus, but no. You got Fergus Falls, then you got Vergus, Vergus. Vergus is about 6 miles east of Frazee, Minnesota, roughly. So, I want to get out there and just kind of do my thing, do a trip on a tank full, so to speak, and to get out there and back and mess around town for about a couple hours. I may use a half a tank of gas to do it. Maybe. I get good mileage on the Dora. It's my Explorer. Dora gives me pretty good mileage. Probably sitting back on what you smoking, buddy. Calling your Explorer Dora. Nice play on stuff, Dora the Explorer. Being that I got a Ford Explorer, I call it Dora. Sick and twisted humor, huh? But anyway, sometimes I'll go ahead and buy scrap, pick up a few other things to flip. A purchase at $6.35. When I do it, can yield me $55 to $60. I went and bought 4 movies, 2 sports games. It's Tiger Woods PGA Tour 07, Tiger Woods PGA Tour 09. And those 2 games alone, I couldn't, and they're both for the Xbox 360, yo. And I haven't looked to see what they're selling for online. Not yet, anyway. Future John will have. But I'm going to go get the price, see what they're worth. And then I'm going to adjust it a little bit lower because of local market. And I figure even if I sell them for, let's just say, this is going to be hypothetical, $5 each. That's $10 for 2, right? And I still got 4 movies to sell, which I'm going to personally sell them for $3 each. Two of them are more of a family. Can't be good. Tornado sirens are going off. don't know if you can hear that. Yeah, the sirens are going and going good. But then too, during the nice weather, they sound them quite a bit. It scares me because I hear the sirens going off. I guess where I get nervous is a certain YouTuber. I don't really want to mention names just yet, but I don't know if he'd appreciate it if I did. But let's just say down in, was it Springdale? Anyway, it was just a town outside of Fayetteville, Arkansas. They had tornadoes. It was all over the news station up here. I don't remember if it was on our national news. I'm sure it hit our national news. But they were also talking about it on the local news stations about, I think the town's called Springdale. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But it was a town outside of Fayetteville. And they were talking all about the tornadoes that hit, or the tornado that hit. Some of the devastation that took place, whatnot. So yeah, ever since I heard the story, and I did watch that guy's video, the individual hand was doing a video. It was I believe a three-parter about going out and earning money if you're, let's just say, out of a job. You need a side gig, side job, whatever, side hustle, whatever you want to call it, and you need a little bit of money, whatnot, to, let's just say, pay a bill. And in the video, it was to pay the electric bill. And it seems to me on the third video of that little series he did is when the tornado hit overnight. And man, them sirens are still going. Makes me wonder what's going. No, they're dying down. I can still hear them a little bit. See, I don't know if I should go and seek shelter elsewhere because it's mom and me here. And she's taking a nap right now, and I kind of thought about getting her up. And ever since I saw the videos that the individual did where he showed the tornado, well, the devastation from it, I guess I got to where when I hear sirens go off, if it's a calm, clear day, whatnot, I know it's just going to be them doing their testing, whatnot. But being that we've had high winds the last 2.5 days, Paranoid John starts going back to, well, are we having tornado issues? Are we having what? It's at that time where we've been having snow and rain mixture, and it's the right time of the year where a tornado could possibly hit up here. That's where Paranoid Big John's like, come on now. But anyway, sirens are gone now. Mom always complains I'm like too much like Dad. Dad dead and gone. He passed away October 15th, 2017. Stroke. Massive stroke killed him. He was at the nursing home at the time. He wasn't in the greatest of health, and Mom, brother, and I couldn't care for him the way he needed it to, or the way he needed help. So he ended up in a nursing home to get the proper care that he rightfully deserved. He didn't like it 'cause his attitude's when I die, I'd rather be at home with loved ones and go in peace. Not in some nursing home with a bunch of random strangers that I don't exactly want to be around. He had no problem voicing his opinion on that. But yet, we're sitting back going, there's only so much care we can give you. What do we do? There's a lot of whole background to that story, but that may or may not be for another time. I don't know if I really care to go into details on what took place, whatnot. Hospice got involved, I know, at one point because, well, everybody pretty well knew he was at the end of life, and hospice got involved to try to make him as comfortable as they could, well, at the end. But anyway, I just thought I'd show you a little bit about stripping. And yes, I will keep my clothes on, but I'm not going to do that kind of stripping for you. So, what did I want to show you? Seems to me there was something I brought home that I wanted to show you. Can't be that important, I guess. Oh. Oh! Googly moogly. As of late, I've been taking this. I need glasses and getting in. Mom always says I'm like Dad. Whether it's a good or a bad thing. That's what I was going to tell you when the siren's going off. Mom always, you're just like your father. He had excellent hearing. He could hear a lot of stuff. His hearing was immaculate. She tells me I get to be like Dad. She says, shit, there's times she could be on the other side of the room, or she could be in the living room, and I could be back here in my bedroom. She could be in the living room and say something, and I'll come up, and I'll talk to her like she was standing 3 feet away from me. She comes up, she could say something to brother and ask, well, she'll want an answer for something. And if brother can't give it, a lot of times when I'm doing stuff back here, I like to keep my bedroom door closed. I like the privacy. A lot of times she'll ask him something, and I'll hear what's being said because, my hearing is quite well. Well, I'll go out there and answer the question depending on if I can answer it. If I know the answer, I'll go out and, hey, this is what I know on the question you asked. She's looking at me going, you're just like your father. How in the bleep, 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 bleep. And how in the world did you hear that? I'm like, well, I could hear you just fine. And she could try keeping it quiet, and I'll still hear it. And then 2, sense of humor. No different than Dad. I went North Fargo, there's a Southern Baptist church, right? And I went in. I've known the pastor, his family, a few other people there for a while. So I went over there and thought, I'm going to do a few things. Started cleaning a little, vacuuming, whatnot. That, and I wanted to BS with the pastor a little bit, so, how's things going, whatnot. Well, I'm the type I don't like wasting electricity any more than I have to. And there was enough natural light coming in to the building where I'm like, I'm not turning on the lights. It's bright enough in here. Why am I going to waste electricity and run up, the electric bill, what have you? Well, I could hear him coming into the building from where I was. So I ducked. They call it the fellowship hall. I was in there. They got a cabinet off on the southwest corner of the room. I got out, down on all fours, hid behind the counter, or kind of off on the one side. You could literally feel where the pastor's going. You could just tell that sometimes you could just feel it where somebody's at. Well, I could feel him coming my way. Lights are off. I'm silent. And he knows normally the pastor knows, I'm usually one of them loudmouths that you generally know I'm there. I'm not, at the time I was, and I'm still the same way really, I'm not one to keep quiet normally. I always have music going, or I'll usually have something to talk about. So I'm not, there's a term called lunchbox. I ain't no lunchbox. Lunchbox is somebody that's the term is loud, or the explanation, or the when you get the term lunchbox, it refers to somebody that's loud, a loud, obnoxious asshole. That's a lunchbox. Somebody that's loud and obnoxious, and they're a jerk. I'm not one of them. Some days I'm loud, some days I'm obnoxious. But I don't like to mix it together and be referred to as a lunchbox. Oh, needless to say, pastor came in, right, into the room. Here I come in, looking up just enough, see him, and I'm like, barking like a damn dog at him, right? And I come up and I grab him right on the shin, down toward the ankle, just enough. All you heard is, ah! And he's sitting there. I almost had a size 11.5 shoe right in my face. He came that close to putting the sole of that shoe right in my nose. And all I heard is, you son of a... Then he shuts up. I'm sitting back laughing my butt off going, scared you, didn't I? That was the first time I thought I was going to hear a pastor of a church cuss up a storm. First time I thought I was going to hear one rifle off a few F-bombs. Never happened, but I guarantee he changed his damn clothes after that. My understanding, well, they have a shower at the church, right? One of them tiled showers, walk-in, whatnot. None of that bathtub combo. Let's just say he went and took a shower, had the wife bring fresh set of clothes, whole 9 yards. I guess he ended up either burning or throwing his underwear out. And he was like, man, I ain't getting them stains out. I had a good time with that one. His wife thought it was funny. And that was one time. One time I thought a Southern Baptist church was going to excommunicate somebody. And then again, that was the first time I thought lightning was going to strike at a church. But yeah. Oh, another thing. That bottle I showed you, the eyedropper, I took. Someone put some of the liquid and put it on my tongue. That is a CBD product. I get it at Mellow Moods in Fargo, 12th Avenue North, right on the NDSU campus. That actually absorbs in the system a lot quicker when you put it under the tongue. What doesn't absorb that way, you just swallow it. gets into the system quicker. And that stuff there is expensive. That bottle there is a $60 bottle. The day I went in there, all them bottles they had were 50% off. So I ended up getting a $60 bottle for $30 plus tax. I was like, yeah, I'll go ahead and spend $30 on that. $60, I'm like, no, I'm finding another outlet. But at $30, I'll do it. And that wraps it up. I got on too long. I am a stripper. Oh, wire stripper. So yeah, take care of yourselves, alright? And I pray and hope things get better in Fayetteville, metro area, surrounding cities. With the storm that went through, it's been on my mind. I want things to get better. I want to help out, yet it's a question of rounding up a few bucks so I can pass that on to an appropriate individual, which I want to do. It's just putting money together to do it. And then the other thing is, and this individual will know what I'm talking about. I don't want to throw out the situation. Then again, it's not really my place to say anything, and I'm not going to throw out the individual's name, whatnot. But I'm not a big fan of people making threats to each other online or face to face. There's an individual, let's just say there was an incident that took place where somebody was threatened and a couple other people had their threats. Anyway, I know that person is going to be the type. He handles business. When he handles business, you don't want to be on the wrong end of that stick, if you know what I mean. But I know if the person sees this video, I think of you. I think of your family. I want the best for you. And if I can do something to support you, whether if you want prayers, whatever, I'm always thinking of you, whatnot. I want the best for you. So a girlfriend, daughter, whatnot. You're a good man. A lot of people like you. And I know you can handle your business damn well. And you're a good cook. Never tried the guy's cooking, but seeing a few things he's made up before. Excellent cook. And a good sense of humor to boot. Take care of yourselves. I'm going to enjoy my stripping job. And I'll see you all on the next video, alright? Peace.